Hello, my gorgeous group ones. Welcome to your reading. Thank you for joining me here today. Today's reading is going to be what is your next major milestone and where in your life is it happening? But first, I want to do a short little energy short. We'll try to make it short. Energy check-in to see where you are right now, and then I guess compare it to what's coming next, right? So I think that makes more sense instead of just hopping into your next milestone, just to make sure you're in the right reading and the right energy. Let's get into it. So please, Spirit, tap me to the energy of my group ones, please. Where are they at in their life currently? So we can then later on compare it to where they're going in the next major milestone. Please, Spirit. These cards acting up. Okay. You could be in the period of acting up. We have the Knight of Cups. Romanticizing your life. Okay, please, Spirit. What is going on in my group one's life right now? What is going on in their life? Please, Spirit, my group ones. Okay. So you're clearing things out. So you could be decluttering your house. Decluttering your house. That would make a lot of sense. Somebody here could be decluttering their childhood home or clearing out old traumas. Traumas that are attached to or derived from your childhood, with the Death and the Six of Cups coming out. Then we have the Nine of Wands. You're in a rebellious era, right? There's something here about you wanting to leave. I'm getting a vibe here of you wanting to leave a childhood home or situation, right? There is beliefs, memories, things you've carried too long and you're like clearing things out, right? Maybe you're getting rid of childhood clothes, or for me, I don't even know what that shirt is, but I always had this one shirt, probably still have it somewhere, that I refuse to throw away because it like has sentimental value. So basically my mom had bought me this beautiful blue and white tie-dye kind of shirt with like black print on it. I forgot what it says, but she had bought the shirt for me. And I think it was right before we had moved back to New York, okay? And as kids, me and my sister, my whole family, we're not skinny people. We've always been bigger people. So she had bought me this shirt and the shirt did not fit. And I'm like, no. And she's like, let me take it back. I'm like, no, don't take it back. I promise you one day that I will be able to fit into this shirt. And that was like right before we moved back. And then after that, she passed away. And I'm like, you know what? I'm never giving away this shirt. One day, like I told her, I'm fitting this shirt. And I still have that shirt. I know it's somewhere in my house somewhere. But I refuse to throw it away because I'm like, one day I will fit into that shirt. Will I one day? Maybe, but it has sentimental value to it. So I'm not getting rid of it, right? This could be a belief, a toxic pattern, that kind of thing that you brought into your, I guess, in your everyday life based on your childhood. It could be a limiting belief, whatever it may be. I'm getting the energy that you're clearing it out, you're clearing it away, you're in your rebellious phase. So maybe you're done with people pleasing as well, because I got the Knight of Cups that did want to fall out, and the Knight of Wands is definitely a rebellious kind of energy. It's like me, being selfish, doing what you want to do. And if that's the energy you're in, then you're in the right place, right? So it's like clearing out what doesn't work anymore, what doesn't fit, what you don't want to be in your life, brooming it away. Brooming it away is crazy. Sweeping it out of the door, okay? Some of you could just be doing some spring cleaning or getting ready to spring clean, because that is like a big thing after all the stuff that came into your house during Christmas and the holidays. You're going to be like getting rid of it now, or getting rid of old stuff to make way for new. Others of you, I am getting energy if you like leaving, wanting to leave someplace. So it could be a house, a state, a town, whatever it may be, or just a mentality for some people. But the Six of Cups, it says give yourself the compassion you were never given. So you're also being more compassionate towards yourself. It's like buying yourself flowers. What's coming through here? You're like decorating your home with beautiful things, getting rid of the icky and the mucky and the dark, and letting in like fresh air. You know what I mean? So taking yourself out on dates is also a vibe coming through. And that's what I guess romanticizing your life would include, would it not? Like taking care of you, making sure you're good. But the way this fire is lit up and the way she's holding it and completely focused on the flame, if you can see, like her full attention is on the flame. It's you doing what makes you happy and not caring what anyone else has to say about it. If they're unhappy, they can leave. But you are in a period of getting rid of some things, tidy up your life so you can make space for something better. So you're in a transition right now, okay? Things are changing for the better. I'm hearing good things are on the horizon for you guys. So I'm excited to see what is the next major milestone coming in your life. And then it says sometimes you have to be willing to bend the rules a little bit. At the bottom of the deck, I keep being called to whatever card this is, and it's the Five of Cups. So spilled tea isn't the end of the world. That could be something you're also, I guess, coming back from. I'm hearing don't call it a comeback. That could be something you were sad about something and now you're kind of like over it. You were grieving, you were disappointed, you were unhappy, whatever it may be. You're recovering from that and now you're like coming back. You finally ended that phase. You've ended that belief, that time in your life, and now it's like you're moving forward. So that's coming through for you guys. If that resonates, then you're in the right place. Okay, just wanted it to be a cute little short energy check-in. But yeah, you're buying yourself better things. You're treating yourself nice. You're dating yourself. You're loving yourself, improving your self-love. You could also be like losing weight, buying new clothes. Maybe you're switching up aesthetics, you know what I mean? Or like I said, clearing out a house to get ready to move into another house could be something coming through as well. But yeah, cleaning, tidying up, doing what makes you happy, being a little selfish, right? Following your dreams. No longer people pleasing, but pleasing yourself. Okay, that's what I have for you. You're recovering from some kind of sadness, setback, or disappointment as well. So now we're going to get into the next major milestone that's coming into your life. And I'm going to use the dice to figure out where it's going to be happening in your life, right? Because all the houses on the zodiac wheel would definitely help you figure out where it's happening. So we have the Ace of Pentacles already. It's giving monion, so it's giving money, okay? So your next major milestone is like a new opportunity, a new job, a new offer. I'm hearing an investment or someone investing in you, you investing in yourself. I'm hearing opening up a savings account could definitely be a thing as well. A Roth IRA, stuff like that could be something that's coming through. I was learning about that a little bit last night, so that's why it's coming through. Because usually I don't know nothing about finances or financial nothing, but I'm trying to be more financially literate in my life, so I'm learning about those things. So yeah, investing, Roth IRAs, high yield savings accounts, all that good stuff is what's coming through so far. Let's see what else is coming through. Okay, please Spirit, the next major milestone. It's a gift from the universe. So maybe like a big lump sum of money. Like I'm getting the example of like being wanting to move out, right? Or wanting to start a business, go on a vacation, and the universe is like, here, you're acquiring the funds to do so. Like you want to go on a trip to Bali, here's the money. You want to move out, here's the funds, or here's the apartment, here's the job you will need to be able to move out, you know? So there's something that's starting small that will lead to your long-term yieldings or success, right? Why is the heat all making noise? Shut up. I hate the heat up in here. It was been hot in here today. So we have Two of Pentacles. Wow, we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like moving your money around is what's coming through. So you're trying to buy something. It could be a big purchase you're trying to make, whether it's a house, whether it's a car, whether it's a vacation, a trip, a second house, whatever, vacation home, whatever you want it to be. You're trying to like move your money around is kind of what this is giving me. And it says when life gets chaotic, find a way to get grounded and balanced. So this is more so giving me you kind of not even utilizing, you taking the gift you were given and like making it work for you is what is coming through here, because I'm seeing the Selkie in the back, and Selkies are like women who transform from seals, right? So they're women who like are seals, and they could also transform to beautiful women, right? So like I said, there's something here about you transforming from something, from one thing to the next, right? So going from broke to having a little bit more money, going from jobless to having a little bit more money, going from homeless to having a home, you know, that kind of energy is coming through. Like it's kind of like you're transforming into something. So you used to be down, now you're up. You used to be up, now you're down, kind of energy. You know what I mean? But I'm just definitely keep hearing moving your money around. So that could definitely be something you're doing because you want to make a big purchase soon. And you're kind of like, okay, where can I move money from this account to this account and to make this work for me, you know? Or where can I put this lump sum? Which account should I put this lump sum of money that I just received in? It's also something else that I'm getting. But it says, wow, what an abundant opportunity. Some of you could be doing something that involves cooking or being a chef or something, because I don't know why me just saying, wow, just reminded me of Cooking Mama, because she was like, something like you did it just like Mama. And I'm like, yo, shut your behind up. That game used to be pissing me off, bro. Anyway, something about cooking. Somebody could be getting money or taking out a loan to go to cooking school, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm hearing Le Cordon Bleu, okay? I know I'm not saying it right, but I don't know how to speak French for nothing, right? Anyway, what else is coming through the next major milestone, please, Spirit? We have the Empress. Yeah, so something is being given to you. You're attracting something that you've always wanted. A baby could be coming through as well. Maybe you're moving a bunch of things out of your house, clearing out your house to bring in new stuff, or you're clearing out your house to move into a bigger house because you're pregnant and having kids, or you're just moving houses, you know? Either way, either or. And then we have the Knight of Swords. Be ambitious and chase your every dream. So you're definitely chasing something, right? And it's not something that everybody does, if that makes sense, because we have a unicorn back here. And unicorns, anything that's like called a unicorn is something that is unique, that hasn't been done before. So it's something that is new to you. This could be your unicorn manifestation, the one you never thought would come true. Is the kind of energy coming through here. This could be your unicorn job, your dream job that you never thought would happen, and it's like being offered to you. This could be a scholarship. This could be a job position. Like, all those things are coming through. But the Empress is like something that you are attracting, that is being given to you because you are in this Empress energy. So your next major milestone is you being able to track whatever you want, right? And like I said, it's going to be something that involves or something you never thought you would have, because the unicorn, like I said, it's not something you see every day. You know, it's not something that happens every day. So it has to be a dream job, dream house, dream man, dream career, something like that. Dream friend, dream vacation. You know, we all have those things that we never think will come true. And that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting for this next major milestone. This is not going to be something small and strippity, right? It's going to be something big and something major for you guys, right? But it starts off with like a payment or a loan or a lump sum of money coming from nowhere, literally, because we have the hand. It's like popping up out of nowhere. This could be coming from a well-manicured hand. If you know someone who has money in your life, who always has their nails done kind of energy, they could be giving you some money or a leg up. They could be like saying your name to people who have money that they know of, and those people are going to come and try to, you know, give you something. It's kind of like, so your friend is very successful and she works in finance or IT, whatever, and you're hoping to build a website, but you don't know anything about building a website, and your friend is like, okay, I have some friends who could help, and then she goes and mentions your mission, what you're about, to those friends, and they're like, oh, that sounds great, we want to help. And they like usually charge $100,000 for a freaking website. But for you, because your friends said such positive things about you and they believe in your mission and want to help you, they're gonna say they're gonna comp it. They're gonna be like, no, it's fine. You're a friend of so and we believe in your mission. We just want to help. And that's you being in the Empress energy of just like things coming to you and you not having to put out anything at all, right? So you don't got to pay for the website. You don't got to pay for the house. You don't got to pay for nothing. It's just kind of coming to you because it's a gift that was given to you. So it's kind of like you wanted to go, like I said, on this big trip, you know what I mean? And you're kind of like, okay, how much money do I got to put away? You already have money saved for the trip and you just need a little bit more. Instead of you having to spend anything, someone going to come in. It's going to be an all expense paid trip. Right, it's giving me a brand trip where, like, I just recently, Janae, right, or it's not Jaina, it could be, I forget, the girl from Love Island, season 6, right, it was just her birthday, like, a few weeks ago, like, a month or so ago, and I know, like, that Tarte is, like, a brand who's always in hot water when it comes to creators of color, and they're very divisive, right? For her birthday, they paid for an all-expense trip to Turks and Caicos, so all her friends could come, and she was, like, posting about it, you know, they were sponsoring the trip or whatever, and I think she was like, I know they're, like, not the best brand, but they're giving me a free trip, so I'm going, kind of energy. She didn't have to pay for Nathan. They gave, like, a nice little villa. Her friends were there. They were shaking booty on the yacht, okay, and all that kind of stuff. So that's probably somewhere she's always wanted to go, but she never, from what I know about Jaina, she has her money. What I know about her, she got money on. She be traveling and stuff, I believe. But instead of having to pay for it, it was given to her as a gift. is the kind of energy coming through. So you're going to be getting a gift from someone that's like very like, it's not no small gift, it's a big gift. Like, here, I'm leaving and I want to move to Africa, right? But I don't want to leave this house here. I don't want to sell it. Do you want to just move into it? It's fully furnished. It's fully paid off. You don't got to pay nothing. All you got to do is pay are the utilities or whatever. And you're kind of like, wait, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, you're my friend. You're my buddy. Or so-and-so Steve, putting a good word for you. Bob, you know what I mean? Putting a good word for you. And they said you're trustworthy, so here, you can live here. And it's in a place that you never would have been able to afford, but now you can afford it because it's paid off, and it's just like, you just gotta pay utilities. And you're kind of like, wow, right? That's the kind of energy coming through here. So your next major milestone is like a movement or a trip or money that you didn't expect to come in, but you're in this Empress energy, so everything's like magnetized towards you now. People are giving you stuff for free. People are comping things. You're going places. You know what this is giving me? And I was thinking about it when I was like talking about the 𝐓𝐡𝐮𝐬𝐥. There's shop, Moonlight and Sage. The shop you could buy on TikTok or go to their website, but it's run by Anastasia, and she's a hoodooist, so she does like potions and elixirs and stuff like that, and she sells them on her site. And I don't know why recently I have been like seeing a bunch of people reviewing her products on TikTok. I've been wanting to buy from her for a long time, but I never have. But there's this oil that she has, like 𝐓𝐶 oil. And I think it's supposed to like attract things that you wanted. People supposed to give you stuff. I think there's also oil that she sells, like it's like Salacia oil or whatever, like something like that. But she has like a bunch of different oils for different purposes, perfumes, colognes, whatever your heart desires, she sells at her shop. And people are always like giving their testimonies on how well it works and stuff like that. So I believe maybe you're going to be, you know, going and buying that, you know, how oils are supposed to nourish your skin and make you smell good. You're doing something good for you, Empress energy, Venus energy. And in return, you're getting free things. Like, I know she has some oil that helps her get free stuff. Like, she has Spoil Me. She has a bunch of different oils and colognes and things like that, even lip balms and, you know, stuff like that. You may just, you know, go buy one of those things, and then all of a sudden people are giving you free things, and a house comes out of nowhere, or an apartment or something like that, and it's something you've been looking for, but instead of you having to pay for it, you're getting it for free. You see what I mean? That's kind of what I'm getting here for y'all, okay? So that's what we're getting here. This could also be like a dream opportunity to study under someone you like respect, right? Because we have all these books coming through here. Well, yeah, if you're someone who like works with the water, you work with siren, mermaid energy, stuff like that. That's kind of what I'm getting, where people are like under your trance and they kind of want to give you things. Maybe you've been doing some glamour magic to make yourself look better and feel better and just attract things to you. And those things are coming, okay? Your husband is coming. Is what I just heard. That's funny. So maybe your husband is coming. But either way, you're going to be in your divine feminine energy. So you could also be manifesting a major glow up that like helps people just want to give you things, right? Or encourages them, makes them want to, whatever you want to call it. So the beach could be important. Water could be important. Maybe, like I said, you've been wanting to have kids, and the next major milestone is you becoming pregnant, and that's something you've been wanting for a long time. Oh boy. This is like giving like a beautiful garden. So maybe you're someone who like wants a house with like land and gardens, and you're going to be getting that. Maybe you're someone who wants a library and for all your books, and the books are sitting around your room like this. You're kind of like, I wish I had someone to come build me a library. And then someone literally comes and builds you a library for your books. It's something you've been like asking for. And just because you asked for it, you kind of got it. So don't be afraid to be asking for the most outrageous things. Sometimes someone will give it to you. Here we have a yes. So I guess whatever it is you're thinking about that you want, that could be this opportunity coming your way. The answer is yes. Luck is on your side. Like, that's confirmation of anything, you know? Anything else, please, Spirit? What is their next major milestone? Someone's saying yes. Maybe if some of you here are proposing or getting proposed to, someone's going to be saying yes. Because like I said, your husband is coming. That could be something coming through as well. Maybe some of you want a baby. In order for you to have a baby, most of the time you want to have it with a partner, right? If you don't have a partner but you want a baby, what's the missing piece? The partner, right? So he's going to be coming in. He's the final piece of the puzzle, and that's going to help you have the baby. You see what I mean? Seeds, okay? If you grown, you know what I mean. There you go. Okay, anything else, please, Spirit, that's coming through? Maybe some of you want to like go viral on social media. That's coming through because you're going to be in a very attractive energy where people want to have eyes on you at all times, because this here says she's a book blogger, but I'm hearing bookstagrammer, a book talker, and those people, like some of them really do go viral on TikTok, and like people see them and watch them, and you going viral is kind of like another way to like make money, you know what I mean? So you're stepping into your star energy. Maybe you're putting yourself out there, starting a channel, starting a TikTok, starting an Instagram, and it's gonna like kind of go off or pop off. Here we have intimacy. Some of y'all really are trying to be out here fresh, having kids. Sexual chemistry, reminiscing. Maybe some of you are attracting a partner that you are sexually compatible with, and that could be something coming through as well. The Empress is more than just the mother. She's just the divine feminine in general, and divine feminine has many the divine feminine has many faces, you know. She is the mother, yes. She is also a woman, and she wants to have, you know, womanly experience. Let me stop. Shut up. I'm done. But it's not just like you having a kid or moving in somewhere. It's like you like finally being in your body and being appreciated for who you are, being doted on, worship kind of energy. And then look, you have commitment. So this is a relationship for some of you. Things are getting serious. And then we have no. Very interesting. We have yes and no coming out at the same time. Maybe if you just ask if it's a specific person, the answer is no. But what you was thinking about before was a yes. What you're thinking about now is a no. So if you're asking, is it Dave down the street that don't want to commit to me? They said no. Okay, this is somebody new, and it's someone that they're gifting to you with this hand coming out of nowhere energy. Okay, anything else? I do want to get some cards from here as well. We're going to get to the dice in a second to figure out exactly where in your life this is happening. Some more clarification, please, Spirit. What is the next major milestone? So a beginning, okay? A stable beginning. Whether it's a relationship, a job, or like I said, you're starting a social media somewhere, you're like settling down in a new home, or you're looking for a home, you're looking for a house, looking for a new place. Here we have the awakened dead behave. It says, the things that almost broke me were the things that most awoke me. And it says resilience, nirvana, self-appreciation. So you will be appreciating yourself more. This 16 here is Tower energy, I believe. So yeah, the things that almost broke me, that makes sense. Tower energy are the things that most awoke me. So it's kind of like everything that's been happening in your life thus far has been happening for a reason. Sorry, give me a second. Here we have the Forbidden Forest. It says bravery, persistence, and redemption. You are so brave to keep on going the way that you do. And this is 35. That can be reduced to 8. And 8 is a number of like abundance, which was coming through. So some of you could be getting money and love at the same time. And kids if you want it. Here we have Goddess of the Sea. Abundance, purification, and ego. It says it's time to come home. Look at that. Come home. You're finding your home, your forever home, your dream home, or a place you feel very comfortable in. Maybe you have like had other homes, or you've been living at home for the longest time, because that was kind of coming through the beginning of the reading, and you're kind of like, you're done. Your soul, I feel like I just heard that your soul is over like feeling like this, being in this energy. It wants something fresh and it wants something new. And that's what's coming in for you. Look at that, bars, that rhymes. Amethyst can be especially important during this time because there's a lot of purple, and I do believe this is like amethyst. It kind of coincides with intuition and spirituality and your third eye chakra. So that's what's coming through. Maybe if you want to know what this is, or get like, I'm hearing visions of what's coming in, meditate with amethyst, you know? Okay, at the bottom we have the past, releasing, rebirth, spring. Spring is also coming up, so this could be happening during the springtime when nature's like coming alive, because I do believe the Empress can also be associated with nature since she is a divine feminine, and I do believe that Gaia can be, you know, considered a divine feminine energy. So it's like Earth, the thing that takes care of all of us, right? This could involve a mother, or like I said, you guys becoming a mother, take what resonates, or a mother figure in your life, right? Anyway, yeah, the past, you're letting go of the past. That was coming through with the energy check-in, okay? So it says, and so I listened as my soul told me to let the past go so that I may awaken to how much I have grown, okay? So now we're going to get some cards, or some dice, sorry. I do want to get the dice for the houses to see exactly where in your life is this major milestone happening, please, Spirit. Where is this major milestone happening, my group ones? We have first house, so personality, who you are as a person, and then we have 12th house. Wow. We have yourself and spirit. So maybe you're going to be getting closer to spirit, or spirit is really going to be coming in for you and like helping you have this major change. They're going to be very important. So your first house and your 12th house. Who you are on a spiritual level and who you are like on like a personal level, I guess. Maybe like I said, maybe the closer you get to spirituality, the more you become evolved or learn about yourself or give yourself self-love as well, the more attractive you become. And once you're this Empress, you're able to get whatever you want, you know? Okay, any zodiac signs that will be especially important during this time? We have Pisces, which is 12th house energy, and Scorpio. Okay, so a Pisces or a Scorpio could be quite important during this milestone, this change, during this time. These could be placements coming through for you or someone else. Pisces, once again, is 12th house energy, and Scorpio is 8th house energy, and we have intimacy coming through again. So the next major milestone could be 8th house activities, okay? And funnily enough, 8th house is more than just sex. It is also like inheritance, other people's money. So you getting money from other people instead of it having to be something you may have earned, right? So it's kind of like you don't know that somewhere out there there's a parent, or there's like just, it's kind of like I'm getting like reparations. It's something the universe is sending your way. It doesn't have to be from a family member or something like that. It could just be something you get one day, like a check in the mail. Like, hey, this is money from 15 years ago that we never gave to you that you're getting back, right? You know what I mean? That kind of energy where it's like, it doesn't have to be specifically something like that makes sense. It's just a check in the mail that you cash and that it goes through. And it's kind of like, oh, dang, I don't know where this came from, who it came from, but thanks, right? Or a call from someone saying, is your refrigerator running? Let me stop. That's funny. Getting a call from someone saying, are you so-and-so? Yes. Would you be able to come down to our offices and confirm a few things? Da, 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 da. And then you do that and realize you have a inheritance from a long lost family member you've never met. And that will help you kickstart this new life. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm kind of getting. Things that happened, like, serendipitously that you weren't really expecting, because this Empress is kind of like, she attracts all sorts of crazy things. And that's kind of what I was saying with the unicorn in this picture here, where it's kind of like things that don't happen every day, right? So people don't get random calls saying you just won $10 million or whatever every day, but it may be happening for you guys, right? Or a check shows up in the mail, or you get a call from like a business or something, or a law practice, a law firm. So-and-so left you this kind of money. You're the only closest living relative of theirs, and things like that, you know? Like I said, things that can't be explained, especially with this 12th house energy and this Piscean energy coming through, you know? Okay, and then what are these? Like, just, you guys, the planets can help as well. What planets will be important in this major change? We have the Sun, happiness, and Mercury, which is communication, and fast, quick change. So this could be happening as soon as spring. If you're looking to move out, you can be moving out as soon as spring. An opportunity comes your way. You find the perfect place that you've been always looking for, that kind of thing. With the Sun, it has to do with your overall happiness as well. So it's definitely something that's going to make you happy. I mean, I would hope so. I mean, all major changes aren't the great. They aren't always positive. So your next major milestone is you moving out, finding a partner, getting a husband, getting money, a new job, being able to travel somewhere. Those are the vibes that's coming through, because we're also seeing like a lot of water coming through. So like a beach vacation somewhere, you could go on a vacation and the vacation is all paid for. You end up meeting someone there, or you end up falling in love with the place. And as soon as you get there, there's like this perfect place where that it's like your perfect home, your dream home kind of energy, and it's something somewhere you've always wanted to live, on a piece of land you've always wanted to live, and a place just like comes on the market. When you move there, you have just enough money to buy it, right? And it's like, oh my gosh, my dream home on my dream vacation. And on that same vacation, you meet someone and fall in love, and it's kind of like everything is coming together because you're in this energy. You let go of a lot of things. You let go of a lot of baggage, for sure. You let go of a lot of things, like you let go of a lot of like physical things as well, because if you're going on a vacation, you may go on a trip somewhere and you don't really have that much stuff at home, right? Because you did a lot of decluttering and donating and charity and stuff like that. When you find this new place, this new home, and this new location, there's not much you have to move because you already did like a lot of decluttering beforehand. You know what I mean? So things are kind of coming together in this kind of way where like it all falls together, all comes together, and you're kind of like, wow. You didn't even realize until you look back in hindsight, it's 2020. We were kind of like, I felt called to like let go of a lot of stuff. I felt called to go on this trip, and then you go on this trip, and like I said, you find your perfect house at a perfectly reasonable price, and you're kind of like, wow, like the way this happened is like so serendipitous, right? That's the kind of energy I'm getting for you guys, okay? So it's going to be weird things you can't explain with the first house and the 12th house coming through here. Things you can't explain. I'm hearing messages from the deep as well. So interesting. Maybe some of you guys do have ties to like Atlantis and mermaids and the water and the ocean, stuff like that. And maybe you're meant to live somewhere by the ocean. And that's why things happen that way, because you go on a tropical vacation. Oh my gosh, I'm having like that was a pain. Oh, like a sharp pain in my head that like zapped the back of my neck. That was crazy. But yeah, you're always meant to live by the water, but you don't right now. You go on a trip, on a vacation somewhere, the money you've been saving and putting away, like I said, moving around, ends up helping you buy this new place that you find on the fly that you weren't expecting to, kind of energy, right? So that's what I have for y'all, though. I don't want to, prolong this, make it any longer than it needs to be. But if you are like I said, in the process of like finally closing things out or letting go of energies and cleaning and stuff like that, this is right around the corner, because spring is right around the corner that came through. But yeah, I'm excited for y'all. Hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. Oh boy, if you would ever like to book a personal reading, you could always do so using my email in the description box below. But I do hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 2s. Welcome to your reading. Thank you for joining me here today. Today's reading is going to be about your next major milestone and where in your life is it happening. So first, I want to start off with the energy check-ins just to make sure this is your reading. So we're going to start off with the where you are now to then get into where you're going next, okay? So let's get right into it. I shuffle the cards before the reading, so we're all good and ready to go. So please, Spirit, can we get an energy check-in for my collective? What are they going through right now? What's going on in their life? Please tap me in. Give us a little sneak peek. Is this the Fool? Okay. So new beginnings and starting over is what's coming through here. You're either starting completely over. Some of you could have moved somewhere new, moved into a new home, or just simply moved into a new energy. Some of you could have gotten a new pet, a new cat, for example. You could have gotten a new mirror. You could have done a makeover to your home, could be something that's also coming through, or you could have gone through a makeover, right? It's either energetic makeover or a physical makeover. But it says take a chance, for each morning is a new beginning. I'm getting the energy here of someone buying flowers for themselves, feeling themselves, waking up excited about the new day, okay? Because, not everybody gets excited to get up and go to work and do certain things, but it's giving that you guys are excited to get up and start every new day. It could be because you're in a new environment, a new job, new career, right? Even new circumstances, new relationship, whatever it may be, but it's giving you're excited to get up every day. Some of you are giving you moved like somewhere in the country, somewhere more rural. You moved away from the city. Maybe it's more peaceful. That could be something coming through as well. But new beginnings are abound, or you have already kind of like started this new life for yourself. The Fool is also taking chances and not being afraid of what happens. So you're definitely someone who's more fearless. I'm hearing you're feeling yourself. I'm here feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. You have judgment. Yeah, because you woke up to something. This is, ooh, I like this. So here we have judgment. It says all signs say that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Yeah, you're kind of feeling like that in your life right now. Like you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And that's a beautiful feeling. So you're waking up every day with a new outlook, okay? Ooh, new energy. I like this. So things are changing though with judgment coming through. And look, we have a cat coming through again. Not that cats are unusual in this deck, but a cat coming through again. You could have a new cat companion or a spirit guide that is coming through in the form of a cat could be significant as well. Cats could be following you around. That could be something that's coming through as well. But yeah, there's like this one cat in the apartment building where I live. She loves to like loiter around. She's the cutest little thing. And if I could have a cat, I would have a cat. My aunt won't let me have a cat. When I have my own place, I'm definitely gonna get me a cat, right? But anyway, I always see her and I'm always like, pss, 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 pss. She always like just comes running towards me and I'm like, oh, she's so little. Like, I wish I could take you off the street, sis. Oh, but I can't. But anyway, yeah, it's kind of giving me that you could be seeing cats lately, or they're more attracted to you, or you're now in your cat feline energy, right? Where you're on, like you're on the prowl, you're hunting for something. I'm seeing a big cat. I'm seeing lions. I'm seeing cheetahs. You know, I'm seeing, what is it called? Tigers, where they like prowl. I'm seeing panthers. You know, stuff like that, where they like prowl for what they want and they're always on the hunt. They're in their predator energy is what's coming through here for you. But you're looking for something. You're on the prowl. You could be looking for a new man or something. Or you're just in the energy of I'm hearing winner takes all, where you're trying to be the winner, you know, winner, winner, chicken dinner is the energy coming through. So that's what you're in right now. I really like this energy. I don't want to leave it. I'm like waking up every day, getting dressed, posing in the mirror, looking cute. You could be like adopting a new fashion sense or like styling yourself more, or I'm getting like waking up earlier in the morning so you have more time to primp yourself so you look good. Because when you look good, you feel good, and then when you look good, also good things come to you. Because that's Empress energy, okay? The person who you present yourself as is how people, I guess, perceive you and how they kind of like how you interact with the world is what's coming through. Maybe you're becoming more friendly as well. So you dress yourself up more, you look cute, take more time for your makeup because that's for you. And because you're treating yourself better, the world around you is now treating you better. That's a better way for me to say it. Okay, and then we have the King of Wands, which is like the embodiment of the energy you're now inhabiting, like putting on. Yeah. It says, shine your inner candlelight bright enough for others to follow. So you're stepping into your leadership qualities. For some of you, definitely. I kind of like this. Okay, anything else coming through? Judgment is you're following a call. Someone could have actually called you and said, hey, you still looking for that apartment? You're still looking for this thing? You're still looking for that thing? And you were kind of like, yeah, you know what I mean? And then you kind of like took something or started something or took a position, took a house. Like that's kind of what I'm getting here. Like I don't know how to better explain it. I feel like I'm over explaining it at this point. So it's kind of like you got a call from a friend or something like, hey, you still looking for that apartment? And you were like, yeah. And they were like, oh, I heard from her, from who, from this person, that they're like, there's an open apartment they're building and it's for affordable pricing. Da, 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 da. Like I'm trying to give it to you before someone comes and snatches it up, kind of energy. And they're kind of like, yeah. And you're like, now you're in a new apartment, kind of energy. That's kind of energy coming through here. You're in a new apartment and you can walk around naked, walk around free, kind of energy. If that's not an actual apartment, then it's a feeling of being on your own and being confident in who you are. You're feeling yourself. With the Fool card, the King of Wands, you're like, I'm that girl, I'm that guy, I'm that whatever. Okay? I'm that person. Okay. And you're also very attractive now. Like people are looking to you as like a follower. No, that's the wrong way to say it. People are looking at you as a leader. That sounds better. Because like when people are walking with their head held high, they know where they're going. People are like, oh yeah, this person knows what they're doing. Let's follow them. So you're probably gaining more followers as well. If you're someone who like posts on social media and stuff like that, you're gaining more followers or more subscribers or whatever. But it's this energy of you being confident and knowing what you're doing and just like showcasing a new routine that you're doing that's helping other people. That kind of energy. You know what I mean? Okay. Anything else coming through with this energy? new beginnings, following your inner call, your gut instincts, where your soul is telling you to go. A lot of soul growth is what I'm getting as well. Some of you could be finally realizing what you want to do with your life, and you're like, now you're just like on the hunt. Like I said, like the feline, like the cats. Okay, anything else? No, I just keep hearing you're answering the call. And now you are in the energy of someone who knows what they're doing and where they're going. And like in this leadership. So you could be someone who's always like meek or shy, and now you're someone who doesn't mind being in the spotlight is the best way to put that. I feel like I've been saying all this other stuff just to get to that conclusion. You're someone who used to be scared and used to hide, and now you're stepping into the light. Okay? Great. So let's if that resonated for you and that tracks, then let's see what your next major milestone will be. So self-confidence, like direction, stuff like that. I'm hearing you're in alignment. Could be something coming through as well. That was kind of a ghetto shuffle. But everything feels fresh, shiny, and brand new. That's the big vibe coming through for you either way. Okay, so please Spirit tap into the energy of my group twos. Why are things so dusty? Is it the deck or what? I don't usually see so much dust flying in front of the blasted screen, but it's kind of annoying me. Like your new, fresh, sparkly beginning is being like all this dang dust. Oh, please. So all the dusties and like negative, low vibrational energies, entities, people in your life, you're kind of like, shoo, fly, shoo, you know? Because like this dust is pissing me off. Like, why are you so dusty and musty? Crazy. Okay, anyway. Please, Spirit, what is the next major milestone for my group twos? I was going to say my collective. So you can be someone who's like in a collective consciousness. Maybe you're kind of, I'm hearing like, or getting an energy of like you're in sync with everyone that you meet. So you're getting along with more people, making more friends, attracting more attention, that kind of energy. You're like energetically aligned with a lot of people in your life right now, or just the universe in general. That's like a beautiful like thing to think about. Like you're perfectly aligned with the like energy of the universe. Like you're vibrating at like a very high frequency right now, and it's making a lot of high frequency things attract to you, right? So if you find yourself making more friends, or like having more, I guess, like King of Wands men approach you, like people who are very sure of themselves, and you know they have the confidence and the charisma and this kind of stuff, or you're finding that more people are like asking you questions, like you know what you're doing. Even if you feel like you don't know what you're doing, you're embodying an energy where people think you know what you're doing, so they're coming and asking you more questions, or they're more inclined to like follow behind you, you know what I mean? But like I'm like you're vibrating at a very high frequency right now. I just keep hearing that and seeing that in my mind's eye. Like people are like, so basically, how can I even describe it? So if the universe were to have a frequency and then everyone else has a frequency, the frequency, of course, for everyone else would be lower than the energy of the universe. Because you are now more tuned, you will have like technically or essentially the power of the universe at your hands, at your grasp. So everything that you want is kind of coming your way because you are embodying this energy of like, I don't even know how to describe it. I'm just hearing like when you, like a golden string, like, or a golden harp, and people just, you keep plugging it and you're playing this like glorious heavenly music is kind of like how I'm getting to explain it. Someone who's playing a beautiful harp and it's like heavenly music and everyone's like attracted to you and drawn to you because you're vibrating at this like heavenly frequency. If that makes any kind of sense to you. I hope it does. Like that's how I'm being shown to explain it. You know what I mean? You're playing this beautiful like music wherever you go, and people are kind of like, what's that? You may not be able to hear, but they can hear the frequency because now the frequency you're vibrating at is kind of like calling attention to you. If that makes sense, I'm gonna leave it there because now I feel like I'm confusing somebody out here. Oh my gosh, it's like you're playing beautiful harp heavenly music wherever you go, and everyone's just like, who's that? Who's that? You know what I mean? Okay. Okay, the cards flying out. You see how they're all flying out on over. You're not going to see these things coming. Even if you're manifesting them, even if you feel them coming, you're not going to see them coming, okay? One more card, please. What is your next major milestone, please, Spirit? I'm like, okay, cards flying out. Wonderful, wonderful. But they're all flying out like, so we can't see. Look at that. Look at that. That's not a coincidence. This could be like a surprise. I'm hearing a surprise party for somebody out there. I'm hearing surprise. So somebody's birthday could be coming up and someone, don't spoil the surprise. Well, of course you wouldn't know. You know a surprise is coming, but you see, that's the perfect freaking example. I can tell you right now that your friends are planning you a surprise party for, I'm hearing dirty 30s, right, for example. And I'm telling you they're going to have a surprise party, but you still don't know the where. You still don't know the who's coming. You don't know what's going to be served at the party. You don't know where it's going to be. And it's like, so you know a surprise party is happening or it's in the works somewhere, but it's still going to be a surprise to you when it's happening, how it's happening. You know, you see, that's what I'm saying. So you know you're manifesting stuff. You know it's on the way because you're in this energy of divine alignment, right? But you still don't know how it's going to pop up, where it's going to come from. Oh, this is gorgeous. I like this already. So let's get into it. This is the last card that fell out. I want to go in order, okay? So your first major milestone is justice. Yeah, isn't this divine alignment right here? Yeah. Stick to your truth and everything will turn out fine. Look at how we have a puppy down there. Some of y'all are really getting a new dog or a new cat, a new pet, right? Okay, this is beautiful to start off with the Justice card for your next major milestone is alignment. Things are like I said, you're going to be at the perfect frequency to attract and call in everything that you want. It's like you're becoming this magnet. You know what I mean? So it's like whenever you go stand in line for something, you will be the 100th in line to win the prize. You know, that's the kind of energy coming through. If you were to enter the lottery, you're the one that's winning. It's the kind of vibe coming through. So go enter those sweepstakes, enter a lottery, enter something. Because I feel like in the energy you're in right now, like you could just randomly walk into the line at a coffee shop or something, you know? Excuse me, for example's sake, and you're just like minding your business on your phone, waiting to get your coffee. And by the time you get to the counter, they're kind of like, you're our 100th customer and you want a free coffee. You're kind of like, I didn't even know you were doing that. They're kind of like, of course you didn't, right? But you just happen to be in the right place at the right time and you're the 100th customer. So you get a free coffee and a gift card. And you're kind of like, oh, great, thanks, you know? And then you keep walking and then you find $100 on the floor. You're kind of like, what? Is anybody? No one's around. That's all you, right? It's the kind of energy coming through. That's the kind of vibe. Like luck is what's coming through here. Like things just kind of coming your way quite easily because you're just in the right place at the right time. You know what I mean? You're getting your good karma back. So if you have been like experiencing like a stroke of bad luck or bad coincidences or bad serendipities, I feel like they're going to be, I guess, righted with the right serendipities and all the right things is what's coming through. That's the best way I can explain it right now. I don't know what my mind is like. I have a little bit of a headache. So I may not be the best at getting examples right now, but I'm trying my best, okay? I kind of feel like I'm just like a little disconnected, but it's fine. We'll get through this, okay? So the next card we have here is strength. We have it takes great strength to be soft. So maybe you're practicing being more soft. I am getting an energy of you being more feminine or taking more time to look good. You know, that's what I'm getting for sure here. You're putting more time into your looks. And look at how you're spending more time with your pets, you know, but there's something here about you being a little bit more vulnerable or being given the chance to be more vulnerable, you know? Given this space to be more vulnerable. Maybe you're someone who's always had to be strong. Your next blessing is to be soft, right? Maybe you're someone who's always had to be independent and you're going to be taken care of this time. You're not always going to be the one people are looking to for help. You're going to be the one that is receiving the help, right? And it may sound yuck to you, but that's justice right there. You're someone who's always helping others. Now you're finally getting the help back in return. You better take it and say thank you. Okay, you heard me? Because look at how we have all major arcana so far. The next card we have is Temperance. And I saw this at the bottom of the deck. That's cute. So we have let go of self-imposed limitations. So you're finding some sort of equilibrium. This is kind of like ease is what I'm getting as Temperance right now. You're sitting in your house. And there's something here about open windows and fresh air. That could be something you're incorporating more of in your life as well. Because with the Fool card, she had like her windows fully open. And then we saw like rolling hills and just pure nature and grass, you know, outside her window. So connecting more with nature could be something coming through as well. But the way her window is open and she's just sitting there enjoying a nice cup of coffee, looking bad as ever. Look at, she's gorgeous. Like, look at her outfit. It's giving very stylish. You're putting more effort into your looks for sure. That's what's coming through here. Or you're upgrading a wardrobe kind of energy. You're buying an expensive bag. For others of you, I just heard a Birkin. I'm like, oh, those are expensive. Y'all gotta like that, period. I love that. Anyway, that's what's coming through here. Self-imposed limitations is kind of like, I don't know, like, I'm hearing the best of both worlds, you know? So you're someone who can be soft as well as strong at the same time. It's the best way I'm hearing to explain it. Because here we have temperance. And what is temperance? Someone who's constantly going back and forth between two things, trying to find some sense of equilibrium and ease. And you finally found it, you know? Instead of choosing, saying, I can only have tea or water. You're like, I can have both. And she's sitting here minding her business, looking very pleased, drinking her tea, and then she has her water here when she's ready. She's like, why choose is the kind of energy coming through. Why choose? And I love how we're getting like cards that represent each other. Not each other, but like scales, you know, going back and forth, up and down. The scales have to balance each other out. Temperance is someone who's always going back and forth between two things, trying to find the equilibrium. You're putting in that work. Someone could also be working on their health here as well. But I'm also like, I don't know, for whatever reason, the fact that we have justice and strength in certain decks, I've never had a deck where this happens, but in certain decks, justice is 8 and strength is 11. So that could be something coming through. I don't know why I'm being called to say that right now, because I guess both are here on the table. So it's kind of like, how can I describe it? Like, so if strength were to be 11, it's like balancing things out. You know, you're like getting your energy back. It's kind of the energy that's coming through here. You know what I mean? If you were been feeling tired, low energy, you're getting a boost of energy is what's coming through here. Okay, and that's a gift. Don't knock it. Because I know the older I get, the more I'm like, you know, I'm tired, you know? And I'm like, I would love to have the energy of like a puppy dog or a kitten, because they can never sit there behind down, or a child. I'm like, those kids' energy is wasted on the youth. Let me stop. All that energy to never be able to sit down is wasted on them. That should be given to us the older we get. Because please, I'm just like, and then it's cold outside. It's dark. Like, I truly understand seasonal depression now. I never used to, like, I don't get it bad, but it gets dark easier. And I'm like, I love being in my bed. But like, when it comes to getting up in the morning, I do not want to get up. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stay here in my bed under my sheets. But then on the days where I don't have to work, I be up at all hours of the morning, and the like, my body's used to getting up. She be up and she does not feel as tired and dragged down as she usually does when it's days to go to work. I don't know what's up with that. Like, is there some psychology behind it? Like, your body immediately knows you're going to work, and they're kind of like, nope, we want to go back to sleep. But as soon as it's a day off and your body knows you have nothing better to do with the rest of your day, and you don't have to be up early, she want to be up early, like, you know, like trying to be the star people. No, take your behind the seat, because when it's time for us to get up, we don't want to be up, right? Don't piss me off, okay? And that's kind of what I was saying with the Fool, right? You're like feeling chipper and you're excited to get up every day, and you're not like, oh my gosh, it's another day. You're excited, you know? But anyway, I don't know. There's something here about that strength and justice sometimes being switched, right? Next card is the Four of Cups in reverse. We have, try not to be so picky, okay? You know, I'm getting more disgruntled energy from the Four of Cups here. So the Four of Cups upright would kind of be disgruntled, right? Dissatisfied. And look at how I was using the freaking coffee analogy. And now we have a lady sitting here buying coffee and she's unsatisfied. So she keeps sending her coffee back. I'm like, no, I don't want this. This is not right. This is not right. And the card is like, try not to be so picky, okay? No, if you're paying for your coffee, you better be as picky as you want to be. That's your money. They're not giving you a free coffee. Unless, like I said earlier, you're getting a free coffee, then maybe. But that's kind of what I'm getting here, where you're not going to be so disgruntled and easily annoyed and just like fed up with life anymore. Like, things are coming to like a standstill. And And that could be something that is a blessing for somebody out there, because life was always either too much was going on, or not enough was going on. You're finally reaching an energy where just enough is going on. You know what I mean? You're making just enough money, right? You have just enough friends. You know what I mean? You have just enough time when you come home to watch a good show, eat some dinner, and lounge for the rest of the day. You're not always in is it overdrive? Or hyperactive. Those words were getting mixed up for a second. You're not always in overdrive. You're not always hyperactive. Now you can finally have some ease. That's what I was definitely getting. Maybe some of you are like healing from dis-ease, because now I'm hearing Dr. Sebi in my mind breaking down disease. In his mind, he's like, disease is dis-ease. And I'm like, okay, sir, go off, go off. I was watching a video of him on TikTok, and he was like just very much emphasizing dis-ease. So you're not at ease, you know what I mean? But now you are, because the dis is gone. Okay, honey? Yes, there can be something here about better like health, better daily practices, not being so unhappy with life, not being so apathetic to life, not waking up every day like life is like not a gift. Maybe some of you are coming out of like a depressive episode, and that's your next major milestone. Or you're finding some, like I'm hearing things are going to be on track for you as well. Their next major milestone, please, Spirit, for my group 2s. I'm going to use the dice later, or not later, but after I'm done with the cards, to get exactly where this change is happening in your life, okay? I find the dice help when it comes to houses and planets and stuff like that. We have move on. Yeah. Someone's unavailable, a waste of time, it's over. I'm more so getting this is like you being able to move on from someone. You know, I didn't even take into consideration that this could mean like getting over a heartbreak or finding some emotional balance after some emotional turmoil. But I feel like the Four of Cups is basically that energy. Like I was taking it as more disgruntled, but it could be hurt. It could be you in an energy of like disinterest, not wanting to get to know anybody, not wanting to make any friends, but now you're in this King of Wands energy of being attractive, vibrating really high, that people are like following behind you, and like I'm hearing catering to you, wanting to give you whatever you want. Okay. So you're popular right now, or you're going to be. Or maybe you used to feel invisible and you're not going to be feeling so invisible. We have Mercury retrograde. See, this is an energy of how can I describe it? Like not communicating properly. So maybe you're going to be able to articulate yourself better. It says electronic issues, communication issues, reviewing everything. So you could have been in this energy of like, you know, this could be an energy of like hermiting, you know, where things aren't going quite well. So you're removing yourself from the world, and now you're finally stepping back out into the world with that full energy and the King of Wands energy, because that's who you are right now. But this kind of, I guess, next major milestone, right, is going to involve you communicating with people, you know, talking to people, interacting with people. We have give it time, everything in divine timing, let things flow. So there is going to be more flow in your life. You're going to have more patience as well. That could be patience to wait for what you're manifesting, or patience in other areas. You know what I mean? Sorry, patience for yourself, for others, for kids if you have kids, for your animals if you have animals, you know? I want one more card from here. Please, Spirit, what is this next major milestone for my... I just keep hearing health. So some of you could be having health issues, you know, mental health issues, stuff like that. And I feel like your next major milestone is you kind of coming out the other side of it. Okay. And look, oh my freaking gosh, guys, I am going to scream. I am going to scream, but are we surprised? No. Health, exactly. I'm getting more of like a health energy here. Wow, health issues could arise. I do believe this next major milestone is you feeling healthier and more vibrant. That's what I was getting about you getting your energy back, Stella getting her groove back, you now having more time to put into your physical appearance. Maybe you were someone who's like me, you don't really want to be getting up in the morning. I still be getting up when there's enough time to make myself look cute, because I can't go outside looking any kind of way. But maybe you guys are just like, I don't really care, you know, I don't care how I look, I don't care what I do, I don't that kind of energy. Now you're putting more, or you're having the energy to put more time into your physical appearance and how you look and how you feel. You know what I mean? Maybe you're like to combat the seasonal depression, you're like going outside and getting some vitamin D. Maybe you're walking more. Maybe you're, taking special vitamins. Vitamin D could be very important, or is very important, especially during the winter, because child, the sun barely out, child. You need to get some extra vitamins, okay? Vitamin D could also be another kind of D if you're grown, you know what I mean, okay? Oh boy, but yeah, I'm getting there's something here about health and it came through, so that's my confirmation right there. Please. Maybe you're finally going to be finding the strength to move on from something that was holding you back as well. Like a breakup, for example. You've been in this energy of, I don't care, I don't want to date anybody, I'm not interested in people, like I don't want to talk to nobody kind of energy. And this next milestone is you coming out of that and you becoming a star, as opposed to the hermit, Okay, let's get some cards from this deck, please, Spirit. What is the next major milestone coming through? There could be something here about you winning some kind of legal battle as well. Maybe some of you could have been like an accident or something and you were suing the person or people who were involved, and you're going to be getting compensation back for that. Here we have the Forbidden Forest. It says bravery, persistence, and redemption. You are so brave to keep on going the way that you do. And 5 and 3 come together to make 8, which is strength energy, which is kind of like, I'm hearing there was a blockage. Now things are back flowing again, Because when I think of the infinity symbol, I think of how it's never ending, okay? And if you kind of get to the middle and there's like a blockage and the energy can't continue flowing to the other side to come back around, there's going to like be some buildup, right? But if it's in flow and things are going temperance, going back and forth, and like things are back, in action, in flow, whatever you want to call it. I don't want to keep saying in flow so much, but that's the best way to explain it right now. That's the best thing I could find to explain it. Maybe you have brain fog. That could be something coming through as well. Brain fog, and you're going to be finally getting some clarity. Oh, that's what I forgot to tell you guys. I was getting the example of, those Claritin Clear commercials that we used to see as children. Well, I used to see as a child, where it was the perfect way to explain how you feel when you have allergies. The world is kind of blurry. Everything is dull, faded. You can barely hear it, muted kind of energy. And they would use that like comparison to describe how it felt to be Claritin Clear. So after the person would take the Claritin allergy medicine, like the world is kind of like now in full color again. So that's kind of what I'm getting here with like the depression that was coming through, the 4 of Cups, like in reverse. Like you're no longer going to be like, oh, I don't really care what's going on around me kind of energy. And that's not funny, don't get me wrong, but the way it's coming through my head, it's funny. Like, oh, I don't care, I don't want to be here. It's just like funny to me because please, I felt that though, because it's like, yeah, I know. But anyway, that's kind of what I'm getting here, where like the infinity symbol, your energy is going to be flowing. So wherever blockages were, blockages are going to be removed, okay? So if you had a hard time communicating, that's going to be removed. Mercury retrograde. If you had a hard time getting up in the morning, energy will be restored. If you had a hard time calling anything or had a hard time getting help is going to come to the rescue. That's what I'm getting, okay? And then we have bravery and we have redemption coming through here. You're going to have the gift of persistence to not give up. Oh my. What song's coming through? I hope you're lonely, hope you're na-na-na-na. I hope you're lonely, hope you're lost without me. I know that we're losing touch. Da, 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 da. I pray it don't hurt too much. I'm hearing Rush by what's his name? Louis Capaldi and Jessie Reyez. That song is coming through. I don't know if that is helpful or significant for someone, but that song is coming through. Rush. Maybe things were going slow, now they're going to be coming in quickly. Could be another thing. Here we have the Mystic. It says intuition, high priestess, visionary. Look, I think your ideas. So if you were having even creator's block, that could be something coming through because flow and blockages were prominent. Oh, and you're reading. Boy, what's going on? Sorry. It's like, your spring is going to be turned back on. Your tap is going to be able to run with water. These examples are killing me, please. Okay, anyway, there's a reason you have those dreams, okay? So maybe your dreams are going to be like, maybe you haven't even been dreaming when you've been sleeping because your body needs all the energy to actually refuel at nighttime. You know what? That makes sense to me. I haven't been dreaming recently, and I'm kind of like, I have, actually, but I haven't been remembering my dreams. And I feel like I know I had a nice well rest, or I'm well rested when I remember my dreams. You know, I haven't been remembering them lately. Okay, but that could be something coming through again. Your dreams are turning back on, or you're going to be able to follow your dreams now. You're getting that like spark back. Okay. But yeah, your intuition is going to be turned back on. Maybe you guys have been dealing with brain fog because of health issues, and you know you've been cut off from spirit. That duct, that faucet that flows between you and spirit is kind of like it was blocked. And now all of a sudden it's kind of like you took some Claritin. Now the road is clear again. You're hearing messages, you're receiving things. So your intuition could be heightened at this time as well. And that is a major milestone because for a long time you weren't really getting any messages and you kind of felt alone maybe. But it's because you either blocked yourself off from spirit or because you didn't really have enough energy. Your body isn't, you know, I feel like your health ties very well into your connection with spirit, because if your body is not functioning well, it's tired, you're not getting enough sleep, you're not eating what's right, it doesn't have enough vitamins, your body is fighting to survive. It doesn't have the energy to now then communicate with spirit, right? So they're kind of like, you thought we left you, right? You know what this is giving me? That footprints painting that my grandma used to love to have in the house, where it's like a person asking the Lord, like footprints is the name of it, and it's like a footprint in the sand. So the lady is asking Jesus, like, why, when I was like down bad, when I was like at my worst, is there only one set of footprints in the sand? That means that, so she's basically alluding to the fact that when everything is great in life, Jesus is walking on the beach beside her. So there's two sets of footprints in the sand. But when she was like really going through the most, there was only one set of footprints. And she was asking Jesus, like, why is there only one set of footprints? Why did you forsake me when I was going through the most? And then he's like, my dear child, like when those times when you were going through the most, it was me that was carrying you. That's why there's only one set of footprints in the sand, because you couldn't even carry yourself, child. You couldn't even carry yourself, so I was carrying you. And she's like, oh. So by the end of the poem, she understands, but she's questioning and asking, like, why? When I was at my most needy and sick, were you not there for me? And there was only one set of footprints. And Lord was like, child, I was carrying you, heifer. Don't push me off. Is basically what he was saying to her in a nicer way, of course, okay? And that could be something coming through, like when life could have been really bad. You could have felt really alone. Your body could have felt like it was giving up on you. You were kind of asking, like, where were you at, spirit? Where were you at, source? Where were you at, God? And he was like, I'm there. Your body was just too weak to feel me. And now all of a sudden your energy is back. And now you're that conduit to spirit. That flow, that channel to spirit is now on again. You know, if that makes any kind of sense. Oh boy, I feel like I'm talking too much. Anyway, here we have the gifted guide. Look at that. It says stars, chaos, and opportunity. You don't need it all figured out. Look at that. She's on her knees like, what's going on here? And we have this primordial being saying, you don't need to have it all figured out. I got you. And this here is judgment energy 20, and we have judgment come out for you. Did we not? We did in the first round. I'm not bugging. Don't piss me off. In the beginning, I told y'all I'm not outbringing 100%. Don't mind me, please. Have patience with me. Oh my goodness. But yeah, there's something here about you being guided. So when you're feeling lost, or if you are feeling lost right now, I don't think you are, because the check-in wasn't giving that. But like, it's because you got your spark back, and now you're able to communicate with spirit. Now you're able to get your messages. Now you're able to operate at 100%. And that's the blessing coming through. Now, let's see what houses this major milestone will be happening in. What part of your life? 11th house. So friends and how you connect with people on the internet. So like I said, more followers. But we have 10th house career. So if you do have a career online, this is indicative of you having more followers, you making more friends. So your friends could be the ones helping you. Could be something coming through as well. But it's in the house of friends and online persona and career. So you're getting your spark back in your career. You're kind of getting that help. You're getting that guidance in your career, or you're the one who's doing the guiding. You're the one who's doing the bending. Let us see what zodiac signs can be prominent. This will also give more houses as well. This one is ghetto. We have Taurus, and Taurus is second house. So money and career is going to be where this change is happening. A Taurus could be significant for you. or these could be your signs or someone else. And then here we have Cancer, and Cancer is the 4th house to home. So some of you could definitely be moving homes, okay? Or finding people who make you feel like you're at home. Now let's get some planets and see what else is coming through. Here we have the sun, so happiness, vibrancy, okay, vitality, health is coming through. And then we have, this is North Node, so destiny is coming through. I mean, I kind of feel like judgment and justice and strength kind of all come together to give me that fate feeling. So that could be something that's coming through as well, something that was destined to happen. And the sun in or your sun sign in astrology represents your purpose. So you finally feeling like you know what you want to do with your life, and you having that clarity could be another major milestone. So you're like, you know, you're going full steam ahead because now you have the energy and you have the clarity you need. That's cute. I actually like that. Okay, that's all I have for you guys, though. This reading was way longer than I thought it was going to be. Jesus. I can never do a short reading, guys. But I'm glad if you're still here. I appreciate you. I love you guys as always. I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always do so. Use my email in the description box below. Hype the video if you feel called to do so, if it helped you in any kind of way. Join the memberships if you feel called to do so. The link is in the description box right above the timestamps, or you can just click join wherever you see join on the screen on YouTube. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 3s. Welcome to your reading. Thank you for joining me here today. Today's reading is going to be about what is the next major milestone and where is it happening in your life. But first, we're going to start off with an energy check-in. Okay, some of you could be saving with the purpose of buying something. So you're saving up for something. I'm going to start off with an energy check-in to see what's going on in your life right now so you know you're in the right place. And then we'll get into the reading. So please, Spirit, can you tap into the energy of my group 3s? You have the Ace of Cups. So renewal, emotional renewal. Maybe you're starting over. We have the World and we have the Ace of Cups. Very interesting. What energy are they in right now? Maybe a new emotional beginning. Maybe you're starting over fresh. You're getting to know someone. You're falling in love with yourself and the world again. Is something that's coming through here. Oh, the Ace of Cups says, do you feel that in your heart? That's potential, dear. I have a little bit of a headache, so don't mind me if the reading, I don't think it's going to be fuzzy, but group 2 was a little fuzzy. I think that was more so just the energy they were in, not me. But it could be me as well. Who knows? Just give me some patience here. I have a headache, like a migraine, I feel like. But I'm going to push through. It says the World. Yay, you did it. Now do something to celebrate a job well done. So yeah, there's something you finished and it's something you're doing or starting again, right? So we have the Ace of Cups, emotional renewal, right? Maybe some of you are into baking more, you're into cooking more. It could be something coming through as well. Or I'm hearing like painting, art, creative endeavors is something you're putting a lot of your energy into, and that's going to lead to an accomplishment. Okay, it's going to lead to success in some field or some part of your life here with the you did it. Now do something to celebrate a job well done. You're celebrating a job well done. I'm hearing like a deal or something like that. Maybe some of you are getting like a contract or you're signing something, or sponsorship, stuff like that. A brand deal, if that's like your niche or your thing, you do stuff like that. That's kind of what I'm getting here, where someone is like seeing your, not even worth, but they're seeing your creative gifts and they kind of want to award you. They want to reward you is the better word for it, okay? So we have the 9 of Swords. So currently you're overthinking something. Maybe you finally finish a project now. You're kind of like, what do I do next? Okay, it's kind of what I'm getting. It says we all get a bit carried away with our worries sometimes. So you're worried about something. So like I said, you just accomplished something big in your life, and now you're kind of like stressed about what your next big thing is going to be. It could be something coming through for you guys. Don't mind me. I'm trying to like breathe into my nose. It's kind of stuffy. It's just like a bunch of stuff going on right now. Here we have the Hierophant. So you could be going to like a mentor asking for help or getting professional help. So it says tradition is important, but it doesn't have to be everything, okay? So you're asking for advice from someone who knows more than you or is more of an expert in your field. So mentorship is coming through. So there's something that you're doing, something you want to be really good at, that you want to need, that you need help with, or you want help with, okay? Want and need help with, boy. And you're going to be like outsourcing or getting help from someone else. That could also be your field, right? Which would mean it's like a collaboration or something, you know? You could be collaborating more, asking for help, seeking like counsel in some kind of way. You know, making a decision is also something that's coming through with someone who is more experienced at what you want to be an expert at. This could be something that is like spiritual because we have the Hierophant coming through here. And he's like the advisor. He's the spirit guide. He's the person you will go to, you know, I guess in real life to ask for some spiritual kind of guidance. He's the priest, the pastor kind of energy. You know what I mean? He is the conduit for spirit. So some of you could be going to like someone who's more spiritually inclined or becoming someone who's more spiritually inclined yourself. So you don't have to ask for help from someone else. Is kind of what I'm getting as well. So some of you could actually be making a potion as well. But you're feeling the potential in something. You see like, I'm getting that like success or the end is near, right? So you've been doing something or making something, and the end, you can taste the success is the best way to put it, okay? So that's what's coming through for your energy check-in. Maybe you're staying up all night just thinking too hard about it. Because it's understandable when you put your blood, sweat, and tears into something, but don't let it keep you up at night. You need the energy to get up tomorrow and keep grinding, okay? Don't let it stress you out. Okay. So that's kind of what I have for you guys. But love could also be an indicator. Maybe you're finally feeling loved on, okay? Maybe your love life is kind of transforming. The Hierophant is also an energy of like commitment, long-term connections, marriage. These two people coming to the Hierophant is kind of giving me the energy of, how can I describe it? I know like in Catholic, in most like some religions, you're supposed to go to like a priest or something like that before you get married. And they're supposed to like conduct an interview to see if you're even ready to get married. Is kind of what I'm getting here as well. But either way, wow, just saw 555. That's crazy. Okay, so 555 can be important. Positive changes coming your way. Big changes coming your way. But like I said, you can taste that victory is near. That victory is nigh. And it's kind of like sometimes you may worry that it's actually not nigh. You know what I mean? And sometimes the Nine of Swords can be an energy of like having too much energy, having too many ideas, you know? So you can't sleep at night. Because I know sometimes when I'm like lying in bed, that's when all the ideas hit. And I'm like, and then I have to get my phone and write down on my notes to make sure I actually remember them so I can do them, right? So like there can be something here about like an abundance of ideas, you know, where it can be stressful because you like, how am I going to do all of this? Or will I have the time? Do I have what I need? Or they just come at like a inopportune time where you're like trying to go to sleep and all these ideas are swirling around in your head. You're kind of like, now, do I sleep or do I do these ideas or at least write them down somewhere? You know what I mean? It's the kind of energy coming through. So sleepless nights because you're so busy. And that is like a positive or upside because they're... Please, why is this song coming through? It's kind of like because you could have prayed for times like this, right? There's a song. I don't even want to say it. Because Nikki is just like, she is like, I can't with her right now. The things that she's doing with herself, like, it's just yuck, okay? But there's a song that she did. I forget the name of the song, but she's kind of like impersonating like Meek Mills. I used to pray for times like this, face bleak but not F him kind of energy is coming through. So it's kind of like you used to pray for times like this and now it's kind of coming. You're worried that you're not going to be able to do everything you want to do, or you're worried you're in over your head. There could be like a sense of like imposter syndrome coming through. But these next milestones are success, love, new beginnings, new emotional beginnings, new creative beginnings, okay? New artistic beginnings. Maybe someone's releasing a new album or a new project or a new exhibit is also what I'm hearing as well. And like the worry here is that people may not like what you have to say or what you have to do, but that's not taking away from the fact that you have the ideas, you have the talent, you know? Because this card coming through here, the Nine of Swords, is kind of like, oh no, what if, what if, what if, what if? Like, come on now. Nobody cares about the what ifs, okay? Anxiety is just like, what if things go great? Is what you need to be telling yourself instead of what if things go horrible, right? But this Nine of Swords is kind of also giving me that feeling that I used to have. How can I describe it? Right before a field trip when I was little, when I would just not be able to skip because I was so excited. Okay. Now that we're talking about that, can I get a clarifier for Nine of Swords? Why is that here, please, Spirit, for their next major milestone? Okay, don't piss me off now. We have the sun, that's great. But what card is this here? Wow. We have the moon and we have the sun. That's beautiful. Two luminaries. What's the odds of that? So the moon says take time for deep self-reflection, or taking the time for deep self-reflection is essential, and the sun says give yourself permission to experience joy. Yeah, you're scared that I guess your like I said, negative thoughts are kind of like, oh, what if this doesn't go right? And then the other part of you is kind of like, oh, what if things go amazing? You know, you're not really sure where to land, but these feelings here are kind of like battling for dominance in your mind, the negative and then the positive, right? You're up at 3 a.m, like, oh, I can't even sleep. You know what I mean? Because you're too excited for what's to come, or you are excited for what's to come, but you're also anxious for what's to come. You know what I mean? Journaling can help. I know it helps me. Yesterday was the full moon in Leo, and I was definitely putting on my headphones and just like journaling everything, because I haven't journaled in a long time. I was just releasing pages and pages of just get out of me. But it was mostly good things, honestly. It wasn't even bad things. That's how I knew that, okay, girl, period. Because I'm like, yeah, this is gonna happen and that's gonna happen. I'm manifesting this and I'm manifesting that, and I know it's gonna happen, all that good stuff. And I'm like, when I went to sleep, I slept like a baby, right? I couldn't wait to go to dreamland, to dream, or to see my dreams come. Child, how can I say it? To dream of my dreams that I know are coming, you know? Oh boy. So things that you used to pray for are like turning out exactly how they're supposed to. They're going to turn out in your favor with the sun card coming through. A lot of happiness, a lot of recognition, a lot of acclaim, success. That kind of energy is coming through. All eyes on you kind of vibe. That's what's definitely coming through for you guys. But that, yeah, things you used to pray for. I used to pray for times like this. Kind of energy is what's coming through. You're getting your prayers, things that you used to be worried about, things that you are worried about. They're all going to turn out in your favor is kind of what I'm getting here for the next major milestone. So I want to get some cards from this deck here really quickly to see what else could be coming through. And look at the bottom of the deck, we have let go. And then we have the butterflies that keep coming through, because we have butterflies coming through there as well. So it's kind of like release yourself and let the change happen. Whatever change you have to go through, let it happen. The world card is also something about being seen as well. So we have the world and we have the sun. So it's kind of like people are like going to be, you're getting recognition. You may have your first encounter with someone like, oh my gosh, are you that person from YouTube? I love your channel. Are you that girl from TikTok kind of energy is what I'm getting, like, you know? And I think that's kind of what this Ace of Cups can also be talking about, where your heart is full because someone is appreciating your work. Or you in general. You could be getting some appreciation of the male or female variety. You're getting a lot of attention from your partner, or you're getting attention from the opposite sex or the same sex, whoever you're attracted to. You're getting attention from them, you know? I'm hearing like a safe place. You're going to be feeling warm, fuzzy feelings, you know? So like flirting. And as soon as I say that, we have they'll be back. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have expect to hear from them soon. So you could be hearing from someone soon. Okay. You could be thinking about someone right now, like, and they're kind of like stressing you out. They're always thinking of them or stressing you out, and they're like, hey, they'll be back. This person could be a fire sign. Wow. Aries, Leo, Sag, and that is like the sun. The moon is also, is it Pisces in the deck? It's Pisces in the deck. The Hierophant is Taurus, and the world is kind of like, I won't say the fixed signs, but I do believe I heard somewhere else the world is kind of like, I forget. But we'll stick to it. The world gives me fixed sign energy, okay? Or it is fixed sign energy. So that would be Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. But here we have fire sign. Fire sign could be important, or that could be your sign. Fire also gives me the confidence to do whatever you want. Fire signs don't care. They do first and think later. So that could be a gift that you never really had, because you are giving me the think freaking too much and not do later. You're getting to this fire sign energy of think after, do first. You know? Here we have Guardian. It's also like an impulsive kind of energy. A lost loved one watches over you. That could also be something coming through as well. You know what? You can actually fit over here. A lost loved one watches over you. That could also be another milestone coming your way. You getting like a sign from someone. Maybe a butterfly could be a sign that you receive from like your ancestors or spirit guides or a past on loved one. I'm hearing, oh, stop. I'm hearing a mariposa. That's a butterfly in Spanish, but it always makes me think of Encanto. So, dos oruguitas. I think mariposa is a butterfly, right? We spent our whole life anticipating. Yo, I forgot that. Yo, I need to go back and listen to the album. Not me forgetting the lyrics of the song. That's crazy. But it's definitely giving me that. It is supposed to be two butterflies, right? It's the mariposa butterfly. Don't piss me off. I think it is. I'm not going to doubt myself. If it is or if it isn't, I believe it is, okay? But then I guess, then what is the oruguita? Is that a butterfly as well? Oh, I'm stressed. Please. It's the computer on. I'm about to check it right now. Where's Google? Mariposa. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. In English. It is a butterfly. Okay, so then what is an oruguita? Okay, y'all getting on my last nerve. It is a butterfly. Yeah, so it's giving me like in Encanto, where it's kind of like lineage and ancestry and stuff like that. I do believe the two, hold on. Oh, caterpillars. Oh, I thought so. Anyway, those oruguitas is two little caterpillars. Okay, so it's giving me that. I don't know, that song from Encanto where it's like the husband is singing to the wife and how they went from two little caterpillars to like two grown folks and you know all this kind of stuff. But if you saw the movie, you know it didn't really end well for them because the grandpappy doesn't survive. He gets trampled by these conquistadors in the blasted movie. Oh my gosh! But for whatever reason, that song is coming through. But it's kind of giving me Wait, is that what I was trying to make connection to the guardian angel or no? No, I was saying butterfly keeps coming through. Where else did butterfly come through? I'm bug-a-lugging right now. Butterfly came through where? Here and somewhere else. Where? Guys, don't piss me off. I swear I was like butterflies keep coming through, but where were butterflies coming through? Am I bugging right now? Honestly, I think the song was coming through and I was like, mariposa, butterfly, that keeps coming through here. Yeah, there's something here about you having to separate from someone to grow. Because in the song, Dos Oruguitas, it says it's like a symbol of them having to kind of like grow separately, grow apart, you know? In order to survive, they have to grow apart. And that's what happens. They get separated. They meet each other, fall in love, get married, have the babies, or the triplets, and then they get torn apart and they have to grow apart. It's the kind of energy coming through. So that could definitely be something coming through here for you guys. I don't even know where I was going with that. I just got excited. So I'm like, the song is coming through, but it was kind of giving me that example of the movie where like someone is watching over you. It was giving ancestry, because that was a big thing in the movie, how this is our destiny and this gift was given to us and we have to fulfill this and fulfill that, so that could definitely like tie into whatever is going on here as well. And it could have to do with a passed on loved one. I wish I could stop and, go back and figure out where I was going with that. But like I said, I'm not operating at 100% today, so just forgive me. But maybe you and someone had to kind of go your separate ways to grow into butterflies, and now you guys are both butterflies. You guys can get back together, and this could be a fire sign, right? That could be something coming through as well. You have to grow apart. Now you guys are all grown and you guys come back together. Okay. One more card, please, Spirit. One more card. Their next major milestone. So yeah, there could have been someone, yeah, like I said, I think that's what I was saying with this Nine of Swords. It could have been like a heartbreak that you were going through and you were always thinking about it or thinking about someone. And it's kind of like you knew you had to grow apart to go on your own separate journeys, you know? Let this person go so they can grow on their own. And we have someone else. Yo, that's crazy. To let them grow on their own and you grow on your own. Now maybe you guys will be brought back together or you're going to meet someone else, you know? We'll see what comes through. But the Ace of Cups is sometimes an energy of like new potential. Your heart is kind of like being taken care of, you know, being held. But it says someone is in the middle. Someone is trying to sabotage this. That could be that Nine of Swords coming through on your end. Or it could be someone else coming through, honestly. But this is supposed to be your next major milestone. Overthinking. That's not a great milestone. But like I said, it was clarified by the sun and the moon. So that could definitely be an energy here of wishy-washy, up and down. Maybe one day you want this, one day you don't. One day you're up, one day you're down. If that makes any kind of sense to you. Like wishy-washy, back and forth, breaking up and making up kind of energy. Will we, won't we? And it's something that's kind of like getting you thinking. That could also be a blessing, like I was mentioning before. Being up all night and thinking about all the things, reviewing a bunch of different things. Anxiety is not great, but sometimes anxiety is there to show you there's something that needs to be like, a light needs to be shed on this situation. You know what I mean? Or else you wouldn't be worried about it, you know? So a blessing in disguise, essentially, because this, you wouldn't think that Nine of Swords would be a positive milestone, but it is, because this thing that keeps bothering you is nagging at you so you can, you know, I guess face it and then overcome it, you know? Okay, so we have those cards come out. Let's see what comes through in these cards here for your next major milestone. But they'll be back as wild. Okay, please, Spirit, their next major milestone. We have the Servant Queen, divine, magnetic, and valuable. You are so worthy of beautiful things. And you are. That you are. This card is 3. That is Empress energy. Is this exactly 3 cards? No, it's giving 4. Okay. Here we have the Flower Child, momentum, creativity, action. That's a big vibe coming through here for sure. It says, I hope that over everyone else, you learn to make yourself proud. So yeah, you were supposed to learn how to stand on your own. It's a big vibe coming through here. So if you feel like you were ripped apart from a partner, or you are being ripped apart from a partner, it's because you guys have to grow on your own. Not the best thing to hear, but it's coming through. It says, Goddess of the Sea, abundance, purification, ego. Purification means things being purified, and sometimes that means releasing something. It says it's time to come home. Okay, maybe you were supposed to grow on your own. Now it's time for you to come home, or someone to come home. This is a very interesting reading. And then we have the Alchemist, empowerment, pain, and sorceress. Oh, I don't break that easy, not anymore. Instead, I use things as fuel. Yeah, maybe you were someone who was like, who was easily broken, very anxious, that kind of energy. And now you're learning how to become someone who can control their emotions. You know what I mean? Who you're someone who's very much at least stronger at the very least. And maybe you can deal with certain things now that you wouldn't have been able to in the past. And now it's a time for you to deal with this person again. You know what I mean? The world is also the end of a cycle. So something is coming to an end to begin again, right? I feel like the world needs to be here, and then the Ace of Cups. So something has come to an end and now you're able to welcome in love. You know what I mean? You were finally able to accomplish just one little thing in life. Now you can welcome in love. Now you can, you know, one thing comes to an end, one thing comes to a close, one thing is over, and you're starting a new project. You know what I mean? You finally put a bow on the last thing you were working on. Now you move on to something new, right? Because you're moving on from something new, or because you're moving on to something new, you're able to be this Ace of Cups, or being this Ace of Cups energy where you're able to, like, I guess, accept love. You know what I mean? I'm hearing, are you, hold on. What used to say in the church? Are you willing to accept Jesus into your heart kind of energy? They used to tell us that when we were younger. And I'm like, excuse me? I gotta accept him? He's not just in there? And they said no. I'm like, oh, okay. Anyway, you have to realize you are worthy of beautiful things. That's kind of what I'm getting here, especially with the world, because she's surrounded by butterflies. She's surrounded by transformation. She's like in her element, right? That's something that's coming through very strongly. You're going to be in your element. And because of that, you're attracting better situations romantically, emotionally, physically. You're like, you became strong because you have to grow on your own. So yeah, if you have broken up with somebody or you had to break up with someone and this next milestone is bringing them back in and you're kind of like, oh, why did they have to separate? It's because you had to grow. They had to grow. You were two dos oruguitas. You were two little caterpillars. And caterpillars aren't who they were meant to be yet. They aren't grown into the butterflies. And then once you become a beautiful butterfly, then you can have your love. So growth, love is coming through. You know what? I want to pull some more tarot cards. Please, Spirit, their next blessings. I need more clarity. Here we have the Two of Swords. So releasing indecisiveness is also coming through as well. Wake up. What is it that you truly want? You're realizing what it is you truly want as well. You're going to be able to make better decisions. Please, Spirit. Here we have the Three of Pentacles. What's the saying? Teamwork makes the spell work. This is what was coming through working with other people. There's something that's coming through. What is the next major milestone? So a new project is definitely the vibe. You have the Knight of Wands. Yeah, focusing purely on what you want. Whether it's you want some good, whether it's you want some zing, whether it's you want some tutanti, whether it's you want to go on a trip, whether you want to start this new thing, like you want to go back to school, whatever it may be, you're focusing on what you want and not worrying about what other people want. You're not stressing about things anymore. Then we have the Page of Pentacles that fell on the floor. You're not scared to start from scratch. When life gives you lemons, make enchanted lemonade. So you're no longer holding yourself back. You're seeing your full potential as well. I think the world, this accomplishment that you're going to be going through is going to be helping you realize that you can conquer the world. I'm hearing, and I believe Aang can save the world. You're giving Aang at the end of Avatar: The Last Airbender. That would have been his world moment. He conquered the world. He literally saved the world from Avatar. Not even Avatar, sorry, Fire Lord Ozai. Boy. Okay, so we're going to use the dice here and figure out where these changes are happening in your life, okay? Like the specific houses. We have third house. That is the house of travel, short-term travel. This is the house of communication, the house of siblings. And this is 3 coming through again. So you working with other people is what's coming through as well. I think your community is also what the third house can represent. Okay, your community, your siblings, short-term travel, so people who are in your vicinity, okay? That's what's coming through as well. So working with people around you with the Three of Pentacles coming through here. And then we have fifth house, which is the house of creativity. Absolutely. You're meeting new people, having more fun, maybe even traveling, because that was a big thing in Avatar: The Last Airbender as well. Aang was traveling from this kingdom to that kingdom to this kingdom. Okay, experiencing all the different cultures, meeting new people, right? And all along the way, they were all helping him become a little bit of who he was supposed to be, right? So picking up new skills. Excuse me. Okay, what is this? Zodiac signs. What zodiac signs are prominent? This landed on Aquarius. We're going to do it again. We have Sagittarius being fearful. I mean, ooh, please, no. Being fearless and going wherever you want to go, doing whatever you want to do. You're not holding yourself back, and you're getting rid of like society's like holdups or things that you think they're going to judge you for. Sagittarius don't care about none of that ish, okay? They're doing whatever they want to do. They're fearless, okay? And then we have Scorpio. And this is also 9th house, so travel's coming through as well. Scorpio is like 8th house energy. Scorpio is also being more private. Your intuition is going to be on 10,000. Your investigative skills on 10,000. You're seeing through people on 10,000. You're no longer going to be scared. Because look at how this indecisive bitch, she looks so little. I just want to give her a hug. Look at her. She looks like she doesn't know what to do and she's so lost and scared. You're no longer that girl. You're no longer that girl. I'm also in the comparison of Jesus. Please. The comparison of I'm hearing I'm not that girl from what's the movie? Wicked. I'm Not That Girl, where she was like, Fierro. Let me stop. Who child don't have alphabet pipes around here. But anyway, how she was like singing in the forest saying, I'm not that girl, he don't want me. The girl he wants has like golden hair and all this BS. She was, crying because Fierro ran away from her in the forest, right? But in the second movie, there's been enough time for y'all to watch it. I don't care. Because y'all be swear I be spoiling stuff for y'all. They don't come on the channel. Anyway, in the second movie, she is like, y'all, if y'all ain't seen Alpha, the second movie, y'all know if y'all seen her. She did a complete 180 from who she used to be. She used to be shy and meek and scared. No longer that. In the second movie, she went and got her man. She was looking all sexy. They was getting down to dirt. Like, police! And then she was ready to curse anybody about her man, about her people. Okay. Anyway, you're not giving a flying for little. It's the energy coming through. And then we have the planets. What planets are going to be prominent? We have Uranus coming through here. We're going to do it again. Like, why do guys keep falling off my hands? We have Mercury, which is matching up with third house energy. So communication, fast forward movement. Okay, incoming communication, because it's also coming through as well. And then, we have Venus. This is the love. This is the love. This is the abundance. And this is also the creativity and the art. So those are going to be big themes here. You're going to be getting your own art exhibit. Could be another major milestone coming through. Or people are going to be putting you onto something, or they're going to be posting your stuff. They're going to be reposting your stuff. Someone's going to be inviting you to come in, apprentice under them kind of energy, with the Page of Pentacles coming through, right? And people are going to be like, do you want to come to this studio or that studio? You're going to have to figure out where you want to go. You want to intern here or there kind of energy is coming through, But yeah, that's what I have for you guys. Could be hearing about like internships or apprenticeships happening in your area. And that's what this Mercury energy is and this third house energy is. But still, we have the moon and we have the sun. It's kind of like choosing between the two, like, not important things, but two powerful things. Two powerful people. One is more broody, one is more quiet, and one is more out there, and one is more in your face. You have to choose between those two opportunities. And that could be what's keeping you up at night. It could be people as well. You're choosing between two guys, two girls. One is more quiet, one is more Piscean, one is more dreamy, one is like, has like these big lofty dreams, the same goals as you, and you're kind of like, I like that. And the other one is more like, out there, more vibrant, they're more loud, they're more confident. Like, you're choosing between those two sides of you as well. If it's not two people, like, are you going to be this meek person who's quiet, who's keeping secrets, who's hiding from the world? You're going to be the person who steps into the spotlight. Which one you're going to be? Those are things you're going to be grappling with as this next major milestone. You're stepping out of the shadows, okay? Or maybe casting others in your shadow as well, because the sun does cast things in shadow sometime, okay? So that's what I have for you guys. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading, you could always do so using my email in the description box below. If you want to join the membership, that link is available for you in the description box below, right above where the timestamps are. You can click join wherever you see my channel and join if that is something you're interested in. Yeah, but I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye.